Hello and welcome back. Now let's continue to the last part and test our code. First, make sure you have added the hidden class to the DApp body which we removed a long time ago to test the front end. If it's not added, then add it. Also make sure your server is running perfectly in the command prompt or terminal. Now back to the browser, let's log into your DApp. The process is same as always. Log into your wallet and sign the transaction. Once done, let's click on the store button without adding the input number. According to our logic, it should give an alert and it's working perfectly fine. Now let's save the number 7 to the blockchain. Click on the store button and sign and confirm the transaction from the wallet. Once the transaction is complete, go to the activities in the wallet and click on the recent transaction. Then click on the view explorer. This will open a transaction description page in the explorer. Here you can see details about our transactions such as transaction ID and timestamp. You can also see clauses added to this transaction, total gas used, the origin meaning the sender, the fee, and many other details. If you go to the clauses, you can see the complete information on which instructions are added to this transaction. Remember, I told you that you can add multiple clauses in a single transaction. Now let's get back to the VS Code and write a read function. Now first we need to get the elements instance here in order to add any on-click events, etc. So get the read button element using query selector and pass the elements ID in this query selector as usual, and then add the on-click event to it. In this function, let's get the element where we will render the return number. We are rendering it in span element. Next, let's create a read ABI using which we will call the function from smart contract. It's similar like store ABI. This will help Connex understand which function we want to interact with from the smart contract. Once you define the read ABI, now before rendering the number, let's add the reading status to it, since it will take some time to render, right? Or it will take some time to fetch and then render. Then define the result and call the function using account, method, and call respectively. Now in the account, as usual, we have to pass the contract address. In the method, we have to pass that read ABI instance we have extracted from the ABI. And then .call will specify that we are reading from the blockchain and not changing any states or storing anything on the blockchain. Finally, let's define the condition where if we get the number successfully, we will render it. Otherwise, we will render a failed to fetch message. Now let's check if we have written the code successfully. Let's click on the read button. And if you remember, the last number we saved was 7. So it should render here. And yes, it's working. Let's test the whole process once again. This time let's store the 20 number and try to retrieve them back. The process is same. Add the number, click on the button, sign and send the transaction from the wallet. And then after some time, click on the read button and you should see 20 as output. Congratulations, you have deployed your first DApp on VeChain. Now I haven't discussed some of the complex operations like making raw transactions, like sending VET tokens from one account to another, or deploying a contract from the code itself without using that inspector tool, and some more things. In the next chapter, I have added all such resources that you can explore yourself and make use of. Also, if you face any problems, make sure to ask them in the Discord group of both DApp World and VeChain. I will try my best to answer that. So that's it for this course. Best of luck and see you in the next course.